start streaming. Hooray! It's time to install the chat app that's not here anymore. Let's do that. Verifying application requirements. Here we go. I think I forgot about, oh, that data job that was, is this one that you heard about? It's a gift. Isn't that an awesome gift? The dude sent it in secret from the woman. It's recovered. Isn't that going to be a great gift? Wouldn't it be the best gift ever to be like, remember your? Yeah, I know. I've heard. Yes. So it is going to be, I think, really sweet. All right. So let's see. Much better than flowers. Yeah. What'd you get? All right. Let's go to YouTube and see if this stream is actually happening or not. Let's see. Live now. Great. Why is the thing not working? Probably because nobody's around anymore since it's probably super late.
5 to 1.
Yeah, with a stream titled Name This Stream. All right, let's hit pause. All right, okay. Let's see. How do we do that? What does live dashboard do? Live dashboard, what does that do? All right. Is that working? I think that's working. How do I go back? All right, let's hit pause. All right, so what we're gonna do is just kind of fix some stuff that is here in the pile. Everybody had a big 4th of July, big 3rd of July. We all hung out and did a bunch of fireworks, tons and tons of fireworks. And now I came in, we did a team meeting, and I'm just gonna see what's in my queue. First up is this guy's board, who is here for data recovery and water damage data recovery. Great, and he has a passcode, excellent. Off to a great start. So let's look and see, what does this board look like? All right, so let's start over here at the end. All right, and typical corrosion that looks all pretty minor. Backlight is probably not going to work. Maybe it will. And not so much down there. Nothing back here. Let's take a peek under the sticker, which doesn't look like a ton of water went under there, but let's find out. Let's find out. So pretty typical, pretty minor under there. So because we see water, we are going to take off the shields. I really want to make the time to get some cameras set up so that you can see different angles. All right, let's take off the shields. It's called Lewis is a Terrible Microsolderer. Lewis? Why is Lewis a terrible microsolderer? He's not a terrible microsolderer. He's a great microsolderer. All right. Whoa! Sleepless in Honey Eye Falls. Every misdiagnosis of vodka. Is Lewis streaming now? Is that what's going on? Technology shots. Hey, Mark Wilson sent us $2. Thanks, Mark. All right, let's take the shields off. Is Lewis doing a drunk stream right now? I don't know. He's like split his channel into 2 channels, and I don't know what's going on. I know he went to the gym today and got busted for having not Snapple in the Snapple bottle. All right, let's get this shield off. I have been hanging out on the Intro to Microsoldering Facebook forum. over the 4th of July, responding to some please bro stuff, which has been driving me crazy. I'm getting a lot of heat for being too anti-please bro. Everybody thinks it's hypocritical of me to be anti-please bro forums when I started out and didn't know the red probe from the black probe on the multimeter, and I paid for forum access to the Fully Kuska's site, which is great for beginners to kind of get fixing stuff right out of the gate, because he, you know, he'll tell you exactly, you need to replace this, which is great, but then you don't really actually learn anything. So the problem though is that, you know, he is a paranoid guy. He goes around and bans people. He makes people send copies of their passport, and he acknowledges that he's a paranoid dude. But the problem is that he then kind of feels like the entire world is stealing his ideas, which really kind of brings up the question of where does an idea kind of become public domain? You know, like, I feel like I was one of the first folks to talk about using freeze spray as a, you know, to detect shorts. And, you know, but now that's a pretty common thing. I don't own that idea. And if somebody uses it, they're probably not even aware that it was something that I popularized. So have at it. This is all about sharing and building on each other's ideas. And I think that when the community kind of thinks of problems and solves them, things go really well. All right, so we're going to give this board a bath. But first, before we do that, let's just check to see whether or not there happens to be a short on VCC main power rail, just because it looks a little corroded. And if this phone didn't really have anything wrong with it, it probably wouldn't be here. So let's find out. All right, so that is 0.296 according to the trust-based multimeter, which is probably normal. And we will give this one a bath and see if we can look at the other board. Into the ultrasonic. It seems quiet. Sometimes I wish that chat would read itself out loud, because it's like super quiet in here. So much blue. All right. What are we?
It's gotta be an app that does it.
Yeah, it's gotta be an app for that. Yes. You have been killing it on that group. The one tonight drove me fucking crazy. Where this guy has a 6S backlight. So 6S backlight, everybody knows, has, just like the 6 Plus, there's 2 independent backlight circuits. So there's 2 chips, there's actually 4 coils, there's 2 independent backlight lines that each have their own filter. And so the guy's replaced one filter and he's got half-dim backlight. So he needs to look at the other filter, because he's also tried something like 7 different screens. So that's a lot of connect-disconnect. So the likely fault there is either damage at the connector or his other filter is blown, and he's unaware of that. And so he keeps just saying, I changed the filter, it's still a problem. I changed the filter, it's still the problem. And I just asked him, how many backlight circuits are there on the 6S Plus? 1 or 2? And he just, I already looked at the board, I already changed the filter. And then all these please bros come along and they're like, bro, 100% tested working solution. And they're circling things on a board that is not a 6S Plus. It's a 6 Plus. So it's like so confusing. And then the next guy comes along, 100% tested working, bro. It's the backlight IC chip. No, you know, there's no evidence for that. And that guy's just saying that because his was a 6 Plus, which means he probably had backlight, half-dim backlight after Touch IC. which is heat on the board, which is going to be the chip. And the next guy posts this jumper that it looks like a tampon string that goes from the backlight cap and it curves like a slalom run on a ski slope, and then he plugs it in without a filter, so he's essentially jumping the filter right at the connector, and it's just madness. All right, let's see. A whole bunch of hellos. Hot air station turned up broken. That stinks, from China. Something about a hard drive. M1 jumper. M1 jumper is something that's hard. Like, who invented the M1 jumper? The M1, I don't think anyone did. The M1 jumper was something that everyone had to do when the M1 pad was gone on the iPhone 6 Plus Touch disease. And then just in talking and sharing information and being a community and not being like, I know everything and I'm gonna dole it out to you if you pay for my solutions website or anything like that. The M1 jumper is something where people started to talk to each other and said, hey, I got a 6 Plus here and I pulled this pad and it's the M1 pad. And funny enough, the only other time I ever pulled a pad was also M1. And the next guy who's a microsounder is like, me too. And the next guy's like, me too. And that's how the community realized that the loss of the M1 pad was a thing. And then it was Chris Long that put a jumper, and then he sat there and left the jumper long and shorted it to ground to show that it produced the gray lines. And that's what really kind of sealed the deal that the underlying defect all along was weakness. And I think it was somebody else, it might have been Ronnie, who had an M1 pad that was still present, and when he pressed on it he would get continuity, but then when he let go and just kind of lightly touched it, he would not. And so that's kind of, all these things came together from multiple people that really pointed to the M1 pad and its connection to the board as being the underlying problem. All right, let's see. Have you ever worked on a device that a USB killer killed? You mean like one of those fans? Yeah, absolutely. Every day. All right, lots of TriStar killing stuff. Look at all these gas station chargers and accessory crap. All right. All right, let's see how this board did. I'm gonna dry it off a little bit with some heat. And let's see. All right. All right. Somebody's trying to fix a hard drive in chat. Good microscope for a beginner. I would not get anything other than this exact microscope, which is the one that is linked to in the video description. I can name that stream in 4 words. That's like name that tune. Name that stream. All right, let's hear some stream names. All right, it ain't the screen, bro. Ha! All right, let's see. Okay. Let's look and see how we did with ultrasonic cleaning. So it's tough on these free forums. You go to the free forum almost as kind of a thing to do just to relax. Like I used to hang out on iFixit Answers a lot just to help people out if it was easy enough to do while you're standing in line, or if you're just kind of waiting for the kids to get in the car. It just kind of seems like I don't know, it's what other people might read BuzzFeed or something like that. Well, I will just see, what's the question going on in some of these microsoldering forums. And, but, it just drives you crazy when people will either expect you to answer and reply, and this is all completely volunteer. Like, I'm standing in line at the grocery store, so I might answer a question. But then people get pissed, and people don't like it when part of it is that this is kind of a fun, relaxing thing to do where you're trying to help somebody, but it is also it's entertainment. You know, that's why I do that. Like, this is nobody's getting paid here. So I will sometimes make funny responses. So I told one guy, you know, he had a picture of this jumper that looked like it was an enormous fat Radio Shack wire jumper for a backlight. And I told him, he was like, how does it look? And I was like, oh, it looks great if you're trying to hang it on the Christmas tree for decoration. So I say douchey, mean things like that all the time, and apparently have a lot of enemies. So today I saw Jason from microsolderingsupply.com sent me a message of one of the emails that he got that said, you know, I just found out that you're associated with iPad Rehab, so I want to immediately cancel my account. Damn. Enemies everywhere. Can't make everybody happy. Alright, so let's see. This is backlight pin here. Looks pretty burn up. Let's see what else is going on. Looks a little corrosion around there. Might have a problem under chestnut. And everything else nothing really jumps out at me. All right, so let's go back and see again. Let's kind of just probe around and kind of test and see if anything seems a problem that we should fix before we go too far. Let's do some diode mode measurements. That's normal. Let's check around here on some of the other lines. Is that on there? Seems all right. Let's check here. Normal. Normal. Let's check over here. Normal. Normal. And let's check battery. Normal. All right. Let's fire it up. Let's see if it just needed a nice bath, and maybe it'll work great. All right, let's see. What else do I need when buying a microscope? Well, that's a pretty open-ended question. I mean, as far as microscopy, nothing. You know, the microscope comes with lenses and comes with a light, so plug it in. You're good to go. I mean, you can, if you want to, add a Barlow lens and things that different folks like, but just get one, see how you like it. Try that sucker out. Give that puppy a ride. All right, let's see if I can find the iPhone 6 battery connector. I dare you to give Lewis that USB killer and say it's the new schematics. Lewis is not that dumb by any means. All right. Let's see what happens. I've connected this to DC power supply, which maybe we can still turn this around so that we can see it. I got in trouble the last stream I did with trying to show you guys what DC power supply was saying, because I was looking, it was super late, and I was looking at the display. I'm looking at my OBS so I can see what you're seeing right now. And I had clicked over to the YouTube live stream and it was on pause. And so the picture was me looking at DC power, and it was just 0, but it was paused. And so everybody's like, it's short. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's totally a 0. That was a pretty dumb moment. All right. So now let's go ahead and prompt this to boot and actually see what happens. Do you boot, yes or no? All right, so we prompted it, and it is kind of hard to read because I threw that digital input. Prompt to boot, prompt to boot. It doesn't, well, maybe it's okay. So we're looking at it, looks like it's moving around, has some brain activity going on. So let's see what it can do. All right, that looks like it's booting. So let's see, are you actually booting? And we will plug it in to iTunes to say, is this phone actually booting? Does iTunes detect it in normal mode, yes or no? So I'm now connecting it to iTunes, which is going to pull current from the computer and not from the DC power supply. So we're going to see whether or not iTunes can recognize it or not. All right, so we'll give that a second. Hot air soldering station multimeter and many others, yes. All right. Name it Mummy One Mason. All right. Order cancellation, yes. People don't like it when you point to the right direction. They want the answer. Like, do you help me point to the right direction for the 6S drop no power? I posted on the Facebook group last week. Great. I love it when people figure, I mean, that's the thing. Like, my motivation is that I really do believe that anyone can do board repair. You know, and a lot of it is what we do is ask the right questions to help you focus on where you should be looking. And I free spray, you're welcome. That's a pretty funny stream title. I like that. I still don't think we have any free spray in the house. All right, so this is not being detected by iTunes as far as I can tell. Let me go on a hunt and find iTunes and say, are you sure about that? All right, let's see. iTunes, where are you, bro? Where is iTunes? There we go. iTunes. All right, don't download. All right, so for now, what we're gonna do is see whether or not we get a display. So I'm gonna disconnect this. And that does seem a little high and a little bit hot. Let's see, yeah, the short detection method, using your face, which I did learn from Philippe Puska. I had to find out on my own that you can't use your tongue as something even more sensitive than your face. That doesn't work. Don't try that at home. Just trust me, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right, I'm gonna stick a screen on this and see if it produces any kind of display or not. All right, let's see. All right, I'm still a full rookie and looking for a kind of cheap soldering tweezers because it's a cool hobby for me. Give me a recommendation. Cheap tweezers? I don't know about any cheap tweezers. I mean, when I started out very quickly getting the same exact equipment that I have now. I started out briefly getting the equipment that was recommended on some of these forums, and it was cheap and it didn't work and it caused variables. And I totaled up the value of boards that I ruined because I believed the digital output on the station, things like that. And it was far more than the cost of just some reasonable equipment. So I quickly opted for the mini hot tweezers that I still use today. I mean, it's just such a great investment. It has resale value. Lots of people want to get into this. So I don't really think they're, like, you can't really ask like a surgeon, like, yeah, I want to do a little surgery, but I don't want to fund a whole operating room. So what's the cheap, what's some like kind of cheap laser guided surgery robot that I can use? Like this stuff. This is the cheap stuff. The expensive stuff are in the research labs that cost $100,000. This stuff is cheap. It's each thing is a couple $100. All right, so let's see. When we prompt to boot, I see an Apple logo. I don't think I can show you that. Let's see what happens. Let's leave it down here, and you'll have to do the trust-based system. So I see an Apple logo with backlight, and it is hanging out on Apple logo. We'll see if it can actually boot or not. What is that Facebook group called? That one is called Introduction to Microsoldering on Facebook. All right. Introduction to Microsoldering or something like that. If you search for it, you will find it. Still hanging out. Ooh, I just heard it detect by iTunes, so... No! Don't fucking disconnect, you bitch! Fuck! Alright, let's see. We'll let it... It's rebooting now. We'll see if it can boot. How can I get in touch with you? Well, it depends on what you want. If you want to ask me a bunch of questions, you can... You can mail me, you can hit live chat if you go to mailin.repair, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Mailin.repair, live chat window, ask all your iPhone questions. Oh no, it's boot looping, that's bad news. All right, let's see what it can do with a battery instead of DC power supply. It does seem like it's getting a little hot. Alright, so I stuck a battery on it to see if it can actually boot. Alright, I totally remember that video. I was yelling at the screen, you have current reading, you have current reading. Yes, I had no idea. I'm like, what are you talking about? It says 0 right there, see? And it was so late. It took me way too long to realize, huh, that is not what it says. Alright. I heard Philippe unfriended a bunch of people on Facebook because he thinks the earth is flat and got into a Facebook brawl over it. Well, I didn't realize that he had unfriended me, but he did, and Mark, I noticed. I have no idea when he did that. But we didn't get into the whole flat earth thing with him. Apple logo, I see Apple logo, but I want it to stay on. I'm trying to boot it with a battery now. That's just, you know, it's recognized. Yay, passcode screen. Let's see. Mofo, you better have the right passcode, I'll tell you that. Trust. Yay, path to data. All right, let's see if we can. Earth is not flat. That's what I don't think the earth is flat either. On all the flat earth stuff, I really like the one thing, which is, you know, all of this debate is tough when you have folks that are like, no, that's all computer generated graphics. That's just all fake. How do you respond to flat earth? Like, how do you even respond?
Is there really a person that...
Philippe believes that the earth is flat.
And does he think all the other planets that we can see are flat also?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I really don't know much about...
Stars are just flat little dots?
Which direction does he have to travel if he wanted to get from there to here?
From Moldova to Rochester, New York?
Is it west?
Yeah, west.
What happens if he goes east?
He'll get to the end of the world, duh.
He'll fall off.
Yeah, fall off. I'm
and
trying to kill him?
One of the other billion flat planets that are all around.
Yeah, like Cubert. He'll just go to... He'll just get off this one and just land on another one. No, I don't know. Like I think that it's like I think that it's like the show The Dome. You know, that it's got like a border that you could like get to. You know, that's what I would challenge him to do. Is like, oh, fine, go fucking put a hammer and break a hole in the edge of it and take a picture of the edge of the road.
Great if it was. Solve my anxiety of looking up the sky.
Right. How did that flat world thing like get to be like a thing? Why haven't iPad Rehab never replied to me when I asked for quote? This is not the first time. Gee, I don't know.
I don't know. Why don't I challenge you right now? Because
yes, do yes. Okay. She replies to every quote.
I have been a little distracted lately. I don't want to be on camera. Find out his name right now.
This guy's name is Jesus, Nivaldo Jesus. Nivaldo Jesus. All right, you're getting ready to get busted. Nivaldo.
Unless he sent a message to you.
Nivaldo, maybe don't be dumb and use the website. Yeah, if you're emailing me personally, that's a great way to not get a quote. The tweezers Jessa has are the cheap ones. Yes! JVC and the others cost more.
No.
All right, so I'm going to move this over to ready to recover. Yay, easy one. All right, let's look at the next one.
Oh, I hate to tell you, Nivaldo, but you've never sent me a message, if that's your real name.
Yeah, Nivaldo, you've never sent her a message, if that's your real name. Yeah, post right now in chat what email address you ever said anything to the website on. Let me, please don't say it was one of the iCloud unlock mini quote requests that we get. So that Sunday had to make a canned response. What does the canned response say?
No, we don't.
Is it nice?
I just know it's the same canned response I sent for everybody.
Oh, sorry, we don't offer a solution to that problem. Yes,
You should stop stealing things.
Yeah, wow. All right, that sounds great. Okay, zoom out with a microscope and show the display. This is max zoomed out, sorry. Can't zoom out any more than that. All right, so this guy is in the done.
Shut the hell up. I use the website, so butt out. It sounds
hey,
like Sam's
Nick,
conversation.
Shut the hell up. I use the website, so butt out.
This is exactly like a 10-year-old.
All right, what's your name? Under what email, so she can search it and see what the deal is. You get a quote right now. Right fucking now. Yeah, so I had to deal with, so let's hear what you guys think on chat. I had to deal with the inappropriately mean chat conversation with my 10-year-old who came to me, super impressive, that he comes to me and he's like, you know, Mom, you know, this, I told you this happened once before, well, it's happening again. And so this one local kid is saying, he got his feelings hurt or something in this chat with like 4 or 5 of these 10-year-olds. And the one kid is really going over the top with, you know, you're so ugly they won't even let you use a picture of your face on Google Hangouts, and I hope you. And then he went way over the top as they were kind of like debating back and forth about ugliness. And the kid's like, I'm just gonna come over to your house and slit your throat. That's like way over the top. All right, this guy took to repair shop and said the motherboard chip was fried. So we gotta fix the motherboard chip. That's what the title of the stream should be. Motherboard chip fried fix, 100% bro. Data button was not on to backup. Okay, alrighty.
I want to see if you reply.
Okay, scroll, we gotta see. All right, go for coffee. Paste tweezers. Created a community group for MacBook board repair, blah, 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 blah. Brazil. Okay, then maybe not be so salty about iPad rehab. You act like the customer's always right. That's funny. All right. IT radiation absorption stickers. Wow. Wow, that's pretty funny. Now we know. We see why they don't reply to Nivaldo. Comes across as a total dick. All right, that's pretty funny. Let's see. Boot loops are always software, so get busy, update, figure out what's going on. I just tell him to stand at the coast and watch a ship. Lewis, the Earth's curvature is a social construct. Yes, of course it is. Well, here's the one thing that I liked that somebody said was just like, hey dude, why don't you just get a regular old, your own DSLR camera, set it on like a low shutter speed, point it at the sky, go to sleep for a few hours, come back out, see what it looks like. You know, like I think that was pretty cool. You respond to flat earthers with a baseball bat to the back of the neck. All right, let's see. I don't really get it. How did it become like a thing? Like kind of recently. All right, Nivaldo. Hi. Hi, Nivaldo.
Hi.
Yes. Yes, what? Yes.
This may be why he didn't get a quote.
Is that what your quote request? Hi. Yes.
Hi. Yes.
Let me guess. Was your quote request sent by a message to the business on Facebook that said hi? Those ones get a canned response that says, please use the website. All right, let's see. I'm still friends with Philippe.
Here we go. Falcon.
Okay, all right, we got a hot one.
Right.
Falcon 4738. All right. Okay, so let's look at this other board while third year anniversary of what? Lewis, what's your third year anniversary?
Oh, I'm sorry. I've never received an email from address.
Never received an email through the website from...
No, yeah, nothing. Not even personally.
Not even personally. That's right. Sorry. Yeah, so you have to go to the mendonipadrehab.com.
I challenge anyone else out there to say that
Challenge! Yes, Sunday wants to offer the, you know, fuck you, I sure did, goddamn sure did reply. All right, let's look at this board.
I'm like 8 hours behind right now.
All right, yes, unless it was less than 8 hours, then you got a response. Oh, great, a board with nothing wrong with it. That's gonna be fun. Motherboard chip is fried. All right, let's find where the motherboard chip is. Anybody know where the motherboard chip is? So if it's fried, the motherboard chip has been fried, maybe we could find the motherboard chip and replace it and bring the motherboard back to life. Ooh, solder ball coming out of the NAND. That doesn't look good. All right, probably solder ball still stuck from the ones that I spilled all over my desk. That's more likely. All right, let's peek under here. Motherboard chip is fried. No damage. Hopefully this is going to be something like TriStar and not another Error 27 phone. Okay, what should we do? All right, let's see what class of a failure this is. So we are going to do the same thing, and we're going to look at DC power supply, and this time we're going to actually look at DC power supply and not a still image of DC power supply from before, so that Jessa doesn't get trolled by herself. Okay, here we go. Connecting DC power supply to the motherboard chip fried board. Now let's prompt it to boot. So I'm going to prompt it to boot, and I'm going to connect it to USB, and then I'm going to pull it out so that it will draw current through the DC power supply and not through the computer. So let's prompt, and let go, and we see that it immediately goes to 0.24. That's too much. It shouldn't do that. So that's different than the other board. So let's do it again. So I'm disconnecting DC power. Let's reconnect DC power, and it hangs out at 0. That's good. A phone should hang out at 0 before you ask it to boot. Now we will connect DC power, and we see it immediately goes to 230 milliamps. So 230 milliamps is something is short on the board. So we'll just see if we can find in a basic area of the board that's hot using the best heat detection method ever called your face. The your face method of heat detection. And we're just going to feel around and see what we can find. It feels hot at kind of PMIC area, not so much at NAND. This is, for you guys that want to save money, you can save money on free display and FLIR cams and stuff like that, and just use your good old God-given thermoreceptors located in your own face. All right, if the quote was replied to, I will kick Nivaldo off the end of the flat earth. He's gonna go look, he's coming around to go look at Repair Shopper to see if there's a quote. Have at it, it's not gonna be there. You're not gonna find it.
There might be. It didn't come to my Gmail, so.
Yeah, no way. Not happening. 100%, bro. All right, so let's see if we can find any common hot spots here. Let's see. Nice time to spam the stick. Oh! Nivaldo goes, oh no! Nivaldo, why don't you send a quote request right now? Here, I'll show you how to do it as soon as Lewis gives me back my computer. Lewis, show him how to send a quote request. All right, here come the Pepes. All right, in the meantime, let's just at least go to Microscope, and he can fuck with whatever he's gonna fuck with. And let's see, let's just sort of test for some common causes of short circuits. We'll just kind of hunt around and see if we can find something. All right, so do we have a common NAND short? Let's find out. No. That might be a little low, in which case that's kind of bad. Let's look. Has this been replaced? I do not see underfill around the NAND. That is bad news. Motherboard chip, which sounds like the NAND has been fried, and if he wants data off of it, that's probably not happening. Motherboard chip fried. Look at how there's no underfill. What are you doing? What is going on? What is going on? What is that? You're installing shit? What is that? What is he installing? Looks like
It's doing it all so fast. I can't even read it.
he's downloaded something.
Why do you give him permission to do this?
I don't know.
You've
Okay,
gone
great.
incognito.
Porn.
Makes for great YouTube.
Pedal board?
What?
Kettle corn?
Kettle porn? What is
There
going
is
on?
a nasty low.
It's the fucking ultrasonic. There's a nasty low frequency hum for your air conditioner on your mic, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh.
God bless it. Well, we wouldn't want to have that.
Ah!
Oh fuck! Trolled! Wow!
Who was that?
Some fucking troll, but
Drunk guy? I gotta go home. I can't be here when they start coming
I
out.
freaked out because Sunday freaked out.
It was Sharon.
Huh? Hold on, we gotta go back to here because we're not doing it. Wait, was it Sharon?
No, it was
No,
some
it's
guy.
some fucking.
I didn't see who it was.
It looked
Sharon
like-
knows that
Go
guy.
find out who it is and yell it. Go spank that kid.
It looked like Weekend from Bernie's. The dead guy in Weekend from Bernie's. He had like a weird hat on like that.
Yeah, yeah, good way. Now everyone knows. Like, hey,
Oh,
you know how you can freak out the iPad rehab chicks when they're live streaming at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning? Just go beat on their window.
It's not 2 o'clock, is it?
It's 1:30.
No, it's 1:36. All right, so let's compare back to that other board here so that we can just kind of see. Is he done?
I'm gonna
Did
stay
you-
with my new roommate.
Oh, yeah, that nice dude.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at this NAND compared to the one we just fixed. All right, so let's look at this NAND area. All right, here is no underfill around here. Oh, I can't fucking see. God damn it. And then on this side, we have like no underfill. Now let's look at what another one looks like and see if it's different or not. Now look here. This is the other board that we just fixed. See how there's underfill? Look at that between these caps and between the NAND and the caps. Underfill all around there, covering up those two little dudes. Underfill all
Magnet
around here.
For the
And then look
sleep
here in
on
this
the
gap.
case.
Thick black
After they did their
underfill
screen
around
updates,
here.
now when they fold the magnet,
And then look
it's
here.
backwards.
There's
That
underfill
puts it
that's
to sleep.
covering
That
these
means
two
someone put the
dudes.
magnet in.
So it's
Somewhere.
clearly the original chip. Now we're going to look back at the one that has the motherboard chip fried.
iPad that's-
See how
the
it
magnet
doesn't
shuts
have
until they go to
that?
sleep.
It doesn't have anything to do with the mag.
It's
what
if
does
it
that?
does, it's really light.
It's a sensor like halfway down.
So this kind of seems like a refurb where all of that was
What
really
is it? It must
kind of stripped away.
react to the magnet.
Especially in here. Like there's always
How does it know the
there's
case is
always a
shut?
thick amount of underfill that covers this gap, and it's really not
So they
here.
always knock off and say, "You don't
All right,
want
so
me."
we're gonna kind of keep
Those
that in
things
mind.
are just a whole
All right, I think he's done. All right, let's take back control of this computer and make that small. So did he fix this microphone thing or not? What is all that? What is all that? I don't even know. All right. Our level of cussing and insults in the car business trumps everyone on this chat and stream combined. That is great.
Ask them how much they say cunt.
How much do you say cunt? Said Sunday. I would never say that. New stream
How
name.
often
Jessa
do you
gets
say it
mugged
in
on live stream.
Yeah, you say it about babies a lot.
Yeah. How many of you have ever used the phrase "that cunty baby" and had somebody go like, "Oh yeah"? We can't see again. I don't even know if it's on microscope or not. All right, we're gonna continue to hunt around here for some kind of a some kind of a short. All right, so
Oh, look at that.
what is going on? Sound. What is going on? All I know is you better not fuck with Spotify, or we won't be able to play the MASH theme song like we were earlier. Who in chat knows the lyrics to what's the first phrase to the theme song for MASH?
So you can't ask that anymore because people can
Why?
so easily find it. They
I
can
know,
search
but
it so quickly.
then they would feel like a cheater, so they wouldn't do that.
Everybody's a cheater now.
But there's really, I mean, like, does it really make you feel to be like, let me Google that for you? Ha ha! You know, that's just, no, that's lame. All right, let's check on VCC main, although that can't possibly be short because it doesn't draw current ahead of boot. All right, and that seems fine. Let's check to see, let's take the shield off. We'll have to take all these shields off so that we can look for anything that looks dark. All right, he's done again, so we say okay. I cave. Oh, okay. Do you want us to turn off the air conditioner? It is a little cold in here.
Oh, something about it.
Suicide is painless. Yes. Now, all right, Alex, did you Google that? Tell the truth. Did you just Google that? In which case, that's totally cheating and doesn't count. All right. How the fuck does a 16-year-old buy a FLIR? Yeah, exactly. How the fuck does a 16-year-old buy a FLIR? The piece of shit camera, the thermo camera. I guess if you're 16, you have to, if you're a 16-year-old kid who's a guy, you probably care more about your face. Here's a better question. TCRS circuit, do you, yes or no, have a skincare routine? You know you do. I'm guessing that he's got a skincare routine and he doesn't want to mess it up by having to stick motherboards all over his face. That's my guess. All right. Whoa, years back I fixed a lady's brand new iPhone 4S. She felt her 2-year-old also needed
okay,
one.
I was right. MASH during the show has no lyrics.
No, it doesn't.
Ha. Knew it was just humming.
But it goes in your head. You can't help but to think. I mean, like the entire song.
I never heard the lyrics mixed.
Well, you know, I did because it was in the piano book, and Mrs. Reed would not let you skip songs with her cats, Muffin and Mitzi. You know, Mrs. Reed is one of these people that, like, as far as I know, last I heard from Mrs. Reed, it was about probably 1986, and, you know, she was fine, and I just didn't take piano lessons anymore. But she was an old lady at the time, so certainly Mrs. Reed has died. But I don't really actually know that, so it's funny that, like, I just kind of thought of that one day, like, oh my god, Mrs. Reed has to be dead. That's really sad. But I don't really know. Maybe. I don't know.
Who we think is really old when we're younger?
Is probably just 45.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. At 16, skincare routine was waking up in the morning, clearing space in the mirror for a fresh zit splatter. Yes, exactly. So you gotta take care of your skin. All right, let's look and see if we see anything that looks out of ordinary on this board with the fried motherboard chip. So we're still seeking the fried motherboard. Fried motherboard chip. Show yourself, fried motherboard chip. All right. Nobody's ever been over here. Fried motherboard chip. Show yourself. The underfill is kind of weird on this. Like, it's... I wonder what the history is there. Hello, fried motherboard chip. Anything? Fried motherboard chip? I totally cleaned my desk within an inch of its life, but there's still looks like solder balls around, which sucks. Fried motherboard chip? How about over here? Everybody happy? Backlight? All right, let's test our backlight circuit diode mode reading. All right, the real starting line is through early morning light I see. Yes, exactly. Although that might be the second verse. I'm not 100% sure on that. All right, what's up with backlight? All right, that's also normal. Let's check around CPU. That's, I think, a little low, possibly. It could be with a normal, not sure. Definitely normal. Motherboard chip is fried. Don't you just hate a bad motherboard chip? Alright, this chip needs to come off because it shifted during my shield removal, so we will take that sucker off. Toot sweet. Oh, and my fucking dock connector. I should have paid more attention to my shield removal and not have had to come back and fix shit. What are you gonna do? Alright, let's see. Alright, where is the nozzle? Where is the nozzle? I have cleaned everything and now I can't find anything. There's my nozzle. Alright. Alright. So what happened to Nivaldo? I really want to make sure that he gets his quote. Should check my email and see if he ever sent me a personal email. That is a great way to not get a quote request. If you do want to get a quote request, then you go to the website, which is the town name, MendenIPadRehab.com. And then there's a little link that says, get a quote or get started or something like that. And then you got to tell us about your problem. So don't be the guy that Christy talked to today, who came in and said, what was it? I forgot.
So I had this iPhone 5, maybe the 5S, and I had it in my pocket, and I fell in a pond. So I took it out, and I got home, and I put it in some rice in the oven.
And the whole time Christy's thinking about, like, okay, we're going to just talk about data.
And so then I went to the Apple store and I got a new phone. I got an iPhone 6. And so, well, and then like a week later I left the golf course. And they knew it was me. I'm there all the time. They know me, but they didn't call me for like a week, so I didn't know where it was.
All right, skip to the,
And
that's
so I'm
enough
thinking,
pain.
okay, and it got left out in the rain. No, he just didn't know where it was, so he had to go and buy a new phone. And so he went back and he got another phone, and he had it working for a while, but then he stopped being able to receive calls or make calls, and he really doesn't want to call Apple because, well, actually it's kind of nice.
All right, that's
not
enough.
getting phone
That is
calls.
enough. I can't stand it myself. All right.
Oh, and do you need a roommate?
No, yeah, so he just wanted to come in and ask Christy if she wanted to be his roommate. That's what he wanted. So she got to hear 3 or 4 different descriptions of phone biology and the fate of all these phones, when really he wanted to know if she wanted to be his roommate, which she said no, but shockingly. Did you consider it? Just for a minute.
I didn't think my family would appreciate that.
Oh, all right, fine. All right. Took me too long to realize that it was the name of the town. All right.
Why do people say Mendon?
Some people that have come to the course thought it was like mend on. Mend on! Yeah, mend on.
So I'm going to go to Mendon.
I don't know. How come you can't say Livonia?
Because that's not right.
I mean, come on. There's a lot of these town names. Livonia is got to be Livonia. All right. How about Lakeville? Is that just at least Lakeville?
Lakeville. You can't fuck that one up.
Great. All right. Okay, so we don't see any visual damage. I don't feel anything that's really getting hot. So given the fact that there's no water on this board and it has a short of some sort that is not on a common cap, not backlight, not NAND area, not NAND area caps that really jump out at me. I think you could probably make some argument that this 1v8 line at 0.282, that sounds a little bit low, but I'm not real sure if that's true or not. So for this, you would kind of change up TriStar just to rule that out. So that would be our next step. We're going to change out good old TriStar, kind of like just getting an oil change here so that we can continue to work on the car. We will change out TriStar and see, is TriStar the fried motherboard chip or not? All right. Let's see. Nivaldo is back. Where is he? Where's Nivaldo? Where is he? Nivaldo. Let's see. Jessa, don't you sleep? Sometimes. Let's see. What? Yes. Forehead. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, beard. Okay. Wait, did you get did you get any quotes from Nivaldo? Come on, Nivaldo.
Not to my Gmail, no. Which is what it has to come to me, or I can't reply to it.
Mend in iPad rehab. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Wow, I feel dumb. We feel dumb for not bothering to buy the iPadrehab.com domain name until recently, and even now it's still not redirected. But that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and change out this TriStar chip. So first we're going to get some low heat and just take off that silicone so that it will be a nice, easy job. Nice and easy. All right. You guys are mean. If it was you, M, you would be all over it.
I'm reading it over and over. I can't figure it out.
All right, let's see. You guys are mean. If it was you, M, Mark Wilson, you would be all over it.
Someone sits up there, Fendon iPad for all your sanitary needs.
Femdom iPad. Like Menden iPad,
yeah,
for all your sanitary needs. No. At what point did Christy say, "Sir, you have to get the fuck out"? Yeah, Christy. At what point did you say,
He was
"Sir"?
on his way out the door when he turned around and said, "Rent's $200. Can you afford that?" Like, nope.
No, because I didn't make any money
Right?
fixing phones today, douchebag. Get the fuck out. Is that what you said? That's what I would have said. You know why, Christy? Or you know why you got... Wait, is today Tuesday? Damn it. I wanted it to be Tuesday so that I could blame it on the good vibes in the park thing going on for Tuesdays.
Well, you know, no one really knows what day it is this week.
Yeah, exactly. Did you... How many of the good vibes have you attended? 0? Alrighty. Someone knock on her window again. Yeah. Someone knock on her window again, and we will figure out who the fuck you are, because you're going to be local. We're going to go to your house. We're going to fuck you up. Believe it. Sunday can stalk the shit out of the local internet. Yes. All right. Now let's take off the TriStar chip. Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's put it back up to regular heat. Did we ever figure out who sent us random pizzas?
No.
Like dude from Michigan or something?
No, but we ask some people to do that. Just plant that seed right there.
Yeah, plant that seed.
We really like whoever that was.
We really liked random dude from Michigan who sent, what was it?
4 sheet pizzas or something?
Yeah, a bunch of pizzas from Ruck's, Sunday's favorite. They're closed now.
They're closed.
Wait, they're not? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. There's not a goddamn thing that's open.
Don't say they closed. Yes, they are not currently open this time.
Right. As is nothing else, which is why... Ah! That just flew away, didn't it? Alright. There goes TriStar. And now... I think it would be kind of fun on stream to go check in on the police robes on the intro forum. That would be kind of fun. We should do that. Alright, let's turn on the soldering station and clean up these pads. Alright. They are going to fuck up your main chip on your iPhone, LOL. Who is the they? The guys, the kids beating on the window? I'm gonna call their mom. Do you know where your son is? It's 1:30 in the morning. Hanging out at iPad rehab. Alright. It would be pretty funny if you were like one of the kids that like really lives on this street, you know, that you could come bang on the window and then you could run back home quick enough that you could see yourself banging on the window because of the little delay between capturing, uploading, and when folks see it on YouTube.
How delayed is it?
How delayed is it? I don't know, a couple of minutes. Yeah, like we can see, like right now I'm scrubbing this, and if we click over to actual YouTube, it is on... Well, it's not current anymore. Ah, stop that. That is not what I want to see. Exit full screen. Pause. Refresh. Yeah, see how long, now I'm doing what I just did.
That's not enough time to run.
That's not enough time. Well, if you're really fast. Wait a minute. It's a guy who lives upstairs.
What's an iPad model A145? Is that? It's 4 numbers, isn't it? And can we just put
Yes,
it out
it's
there?
the
I
iPad
don't know what any of the numbers are. So
Yes, exactly. Please, yes.
Just tell me.
Tell me what
serious.
kind of thing you have, and don't try to make me go
I think they
Google.
think they're being real, like,
very
professional.
descriptive. Yeah, it makes sense. I would probably do that myself. I have an A14. You know what? That's because they think they're.
They only gave me 3 of the numbers. So
Yeah, that's not going to help. Was his name Nivaldo?
No.
All right.
Yvonne.
I think that men think in numbers and women don't. Like, I find it extremely challenging to remember all of these. Like, I don't remember the number, you know, is it C1530 is one of the backlight caps? You know, people will quote all these, like, things, like, you know, U4020 is off the board, but it should still boot, right? I don't know what the fuck that is. Do you mean backlight driver? Then say fucking backlight driver. Do you mean chestnut? I have no idea. I don't want to have to look shit up. I'm standing in line at the grocery store. Fuck you. You know, if they speak the language that I understand. The language of ladies, descriptive, flowery, and saying words like chestnut, Maui, and cumulus, then we'll answer you right away. All right. And I wonder if all of the Apple design team is a bunch of women, which explains like why the products kind of suck a little bit, and have names like Mason and Cumulus instead of the names you'd expect, like, you know, chip, you know, TSA 19489-A1. All right, live latency is the total delay. Let's shut that thing the fuck up. All right. Pad sign. All right. Jessa, what do you think is the best alloy for the Dumont tweezers? I need to buy a new pair. That is a really tough question. I don't know the answer. I love the, you know, again, with the fucking names of shit. I'll tell you what I like. I like, the green ones. So Alloy Verde. These are great, except they're incredibly bendy, and they bend all the time. They'll bend 9 seconds after you take them out. But I like them bent because they make these little hooks that you can get under things. The blue ones are much more rigid. So alloy, pretty sure this is the inox style 5. But these ones I really, really like, but they're magnetic, so they grab onto components, but they're not going to bend. So I use them both quite a bit. All right. Hanging out with cougars who wear It's Never the Coil t-shirts. All right. I have no response. I do have a cougar
I always
t-shirt.
imagine some guy hitting on you at a bar and saying something and being like, all right.
All
Turning
right.
around.
All right, I'm just gonna ignore you said that.
Is that going back to that little like phone thing that you sent? Sunday like sent me this thing. It's like, this is what I think of you. It was a commercial for a credit card where it was all about one person saying, I'm going to stand here and ask you some questions, and you're going to, I'm just going to stand here until you answer me, even though it's really uncomfortable.
So it's backlight and
While the other girl, me, is like, yeah, I'm just going to just keep texting on my phone and not really listen at all.
I do it.
I don't think I'm like that.
That was exactly you and Christy, by the way. Did you not
What?
think so, Christy?
Christy?
Yes, that was
Yeah.
Christy was the assistant. It was like, okay, well, I'm just going to stand here and just keep asking you questions until I get an answer.
No.
Yes, that was me also. But when I watched it, I was thinking of you were just going to keep staring at your
Staring down the
computer
microscope.
while we ask you questions and you don't answer.
I answer them, except for when I'm like, 100% of my focus is focused on try to roll with the shakiness as you guys trot around the room, and I'm just trying to. It's like I'm surfing. That's what it's like. I'm just like trying to hang 10, like just in that moment. Yeah, if you want me to answer a question, just like be really still, and I'll be like, wow.
That's not happening.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I
It's a
think
great
not
plan.
walking. Christy, you thought that was really funny.
Did she?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Okay, I see how this goes. Oh, we should keep paying attention here. All right. This guy's like, I find a 30-second delay between YouTube and live. And it's like, there's probably like a 30-minute delay between something that is actually useful that you can learn from versus just flat out
What did you
shenanigans.
do? That's so much better. Did you change something so it's
Yeah, I'm watching it just on YouTube
Oh.
right now.
the not having a dark background is so much easier to read it.
Let's send Jessa some Oreo pizza.
That sounds delicious.
That sounds like something that Sunday's going to have to Google. Go look up Oreo pizza on Urban Dictionary. It's really kind of disturbing though, because Lewis's new cat is named Oreo, and that's just like makes me think you guys are going to go kill Lewis's cat, which would be really sad.
Yeah, it's like just what you thought it would be. A big.
All right, so what does Urban Dictionary say? I mean, we already had this whole Urban Dictionary like make Christine freak out when we made her look up truffle butter. All right, why don't you look
Nothing
up
dirty about Oreo pizza.
All right,
Oreo pizza.
pizza.
It's a thing. It's like Oreo pizza.
All right, so let's put this. Wait, Oreo pizza is really a thing? That's made up. That sounds like somebody who's been hanging around the Moms
Well,
Club.
there's Oreo road pizza, which is
What's Oreo road pizza?
Mexican mink, a skunk or polecat, especially roadkill that can be smelled on the wind. What?
What kind of roadkill cannot be smelled on the wind? That's what I want to know. Like, oh yeah, you can run over them hedgehogs all day. You know why? You can't smell them on the wind. Like, that's just ridiculous.
There's Oreo nipples.
Oreo nipples?
Yeah.
What's that?
A chick with giant nipples the size of Oreos.
Yeah.
Damn, John, did you see the size of the Oreo nipples on that drunk chick? That was almost a double stuffed Oreo.
Oh my god.
But I don't think Oreo pizza is anything dirty. It's just,
Well, how do you make it Oreo pizza? It doesn't even make sense.
it's like chocolate with frosting.
It
and
sounds gross.
crumbly stuff on top.
Like talking about a pizza-sized Oreo.
You know
You
what
know-
I would like someone to send is a traditional Italian like chocolate pizza.
What?
We used to
A
always
chocolate pizza?
Have, yeah, it was like we had like nuts and fruit, like dried fruits and chocolate drizzled
Like
all
a fucking
over it.
fruit cake?
But it's all it's just like a chocolate base. I don't know. We used to have them in Miami all the time. It's an Italian thing. It's delicious. It was when I was little. I haven't seen one in 30 years probably.
All right, let's see. He got a third cat. Well, kind of the third cat kind of found him. He didn't go seek that. All right.
They're challenging us to Oreo Pie.
Oreo Pie, Urban Dictionary. That'll freak him out. I don't think it's possible to freak us out. We wipe ass, like, you know, like for days of our lives. Oh, get this, Christy. Some dude was critical on our channel.
Oh, this is pretty good.
Oh, okay, let's hear.
Oreo Pie, when a girl sucks your shit-covered dick after you fuck her in the ass.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's how it got shit-covered.
Yes.
And you come in her mouth. The gooey mixture of fecal matter and semen is reminiscent of an Oreo Pie.
That should be called mudslide.
Dude, I met this cum dumpster at the bar last night. She's a freak,
Cum
man.
dumpster.
Let me tell you. Shit,
Oreo
man.
pie.
Give her some of that Oreo Pie.
And then you know what the guy would say after that? Oreo Pie, what's that? Where's
No,
Urban
he said,
Dictionary?
You sick bastard, I'm gonna do it. That's what it says.
Really? That's you sick bastard, I'm gonna do it. And no one would know that off the top of their head.
Truffle
In fact,
butter
here,
the
let's just
same
ask.
as that?
Truffle butter? Christy, what is truffle butter?
Wasn't it cum and shit mixed together?
Yeah.
I thought truffle butter
It was definitely
the
around an
process of the
asshole,
same
I know
thing.
that. Alright. Not Nivaldo. Wait, is that a different Nivaldo? I don't think so. 3 cats are a good number. Alright. Oh my word. See, like now the comments are
my
doing like, what the fuck? Looks like it's a good time to go to bed. My mom doesn't like me to talk about Oreo Pie or whatever that was. What was it? Oreo what?
Oreo Pie. That was an Oreo Pie.
Okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
So
That's right. No,
I would not
remember.
like an Oreo Pie sent to the shop, please.
Yes,
Don't want
exactly.
that.
Had to go there. Kids sitting at the table eating Cocoa Pops. You know, Cocoa Pops reminds me of Oreo Pie. All right, we're letting this board cool down, and we're going to see if anything has
Why would
happened.
anyone let their kids listen while they were watching you ever? Ever.
Yeah, exactly. That's a danger. That's
Yeah, it's like
oh, so
listening
get
to
this.
Howard Stern with the
Get
kids in
this.
the
This
car.
is hilarious. Maisie or Betsy came up to me today, and she was like, you know, the other kids are picking on me. They're making fun of my name. Oh yeah, what are they calling? They're calling me Petsy instead of Betsy because that's what she used to say, which was hilarious. And they're saying like Betsy Wetsy, and they're saying bad words too. Oh yeah, what kind of bad words? Who's saying bad words? Maisie. What did she say? I can't say what she said. It's a bad word. And I'm like, just come, like whisper it in my ear. And this is what she said to me. She's like, Mom, they're really bad words. I can't say them because there's children over there. There were like some kid on a kayak, you know, like way out there. She's like, there's children over there. And then I had her come whisper in my ear. You know what it was?
What?
It was fucker.
Fucker.
Yeah, somebody called her a fucker.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and it was Maisie, who was 6. Oh, this is hilarious too. They're like really into this. I don't know where they get this from. It's like a mystery. But I'm like listening in while they're playing with their little dolls, which they're all swaddling up and like doing like grocery shop or whatever. And I hear them in their room and in their play, and they're like high pitched voices that they use. One of them was like, no, I'm not gonna go get that for you because you're an asshole. And it was like, what? And then Betsy's like, Maisie, you can't say that. That's a bad word. And she's like, I know. And then Betsy says, I don't say bad words, but I think them in my head all the time. And Betsy goes, me too. It was the funniest thing ever. All right, let's boot this thing up. All right. And I have no idea where I was going with this before the little interjection of Urban Dictionary. In fact, I don't even think that guy who suggested,
I like that someone said to name this stream, the Oreo pie.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. All right, how do we get back out of here? Name this stream Oreo Pie. That would be hilarious. All right. Okay, I have 2 iPhone 6 Plus. I try to fix the touch chips without microscope. Well, there you go. And now the phone doesn't turn on at all. Later, I sent it to 2 shops. They told me it can't be fixed. I'm buying a scope. Yeah, see, there you go. Microscope price is like $600 and 2 ruined iPhone 6 Pluses. There you go. All right. Okay, now we're gonna see if it still jumps straight to point 2 or not. Let's see. It does not appear to do that anymore or be recognized at all. All right, which may be because of my dock, which came off and didn't really get formally resoldered on, just sort of nudged back over. Let's see, can we get the dock to work? Nope. All right, let's try to prompt it to boot at the power button. Where are you, power button? All right, let's see. What should I try to do to see if maybe I can fix it? You should troubleshoot no power devices, just like we're doing now, and try to figure out what class or category of problem you have. Alrighty. So let's make sure we're connecting to DC power supply. And I'm gonna look at my dock. I'm gonna look at my dock real quick and see what does that look like. That seems okay on that side. Seems okay. All right, dock is fine. So we're gonna stick our dock back on here. Alrighty. And it's horrifying to think like what will happen when like Ford finds out about the Urban Dictionary.
So I was just thinking, as you said that in my head, thinking, what if Sibley, like one day while she's bored, starts watching this video,
stream? No.
And hears those
no, these videos are super long. Nobody is ever gonna watch. This is like the middle part. No, like maybe 10 people ever watch this stuff. It's just ridiculous. And then nobody could ever find it again if it was like, yeah, one time they were reading out the Urban Dictionary and some dude freaked them out. Like, it'll be buried instantly. It will never be there. You guys should print out required word sheet of random Urban Dictionary words and incorporate them. Yes!
That's a good idea.
That is a great idea. Let's get on that.
Okay, on my list.
Yes. So, in fact, why don't we have you guys generate...
That's even better.
You guys generate a list of 3 Urban Dictionary words. I don't think we should have to use them in the context, though, of the Urban Dictionary. Okay, so I got a little flicker from DC Power Supply. There we go. And let's see what it's doing. Will it boot? Will it boot? Will it boot? All right. All right, so that looks like it's doing something. Looks like it's gonna boot. Let's see if iTunes detects it, as it's just kind of sitting here. All right, humans at the door. All right. I really kind of want to know if I just did the exact same thing again and was like, see, look, right now.
Yeah.
See how I'm looking? If I look at that and I sit here and I plug in DC power, I'm not seeing this,
Right.
which is what it's doing now. I'm looking at that and going, it's not doing anything. Like, did I just do that again? I don't know. All right, let's see. All right, iTunes should detect this. All right, let's stick a screen on this one and a battery and see if it will boot. All right, so it looks like that the short that we had originally was within TriStar, which makes sense in a phone that has no water damage, no other physical damage, no signs of anything going on, then TriStar is sort of the first thing that you would rule out, just because it has a history that suggests that it could be damaged. All right, so come on, mofo. This screen doesn't really like me to stand here, but let's see if we can do that. All right, let's see if it will actually move. All right, live stream name, Oreo Pie. I think it has to be Oreo Pie. Don't you think? I like this idea of like, these streams are pretty random, and like whatever we learn or whatever we come up with or whatever is native and organic, just pick something out of that and make it be the stream name. Ooh, I hear it detect. Yay. Oreo Pie. All right. Old King Clancy. Look that up. All right, fine. Will do. All right. Yay! We got to the lock screen.
First, let's try to guess what Old King Clancy.
Yeah, Old King Clancy. All right, yes, let's guess. Christy, what do you think Old King Clancy means?
It's related to coal.
No, that's Old King Cole.
It's like his cousin or something.
Old King Cole's cousin. Trust, yay! All right, so we got one vote for its Old King. All right, so we have a path to data. So we are fixed. All right, and that is going to be good. So we'll put that in the ready to recover, and then we will figure out what Old King Clancy means, and then we will be fucking done.
So what do you think it is?
All right, let's see. Old King Clancy. Let's see. Let's look at that word. Old King Clancy. Clancy. Old King Clancy. Clancy rhymes with fancy.
No.
Old King.
It doesn't. There's no. I don't. There must be something.
No.
That I don't know because.
There must be something I don't know. Yeah, let's name that the stream. There must be something I don't know. All right, well, let's go for we don't know. And what's your guess?
I already read it, so I can't guess.
All right, fine.
Old King Clancy
is.
Wait,
give us multiple choice.
I can't. I'm ruined.
All right.
When a man has sex with a woman, gives her a cream pie, then pours maple syrup on her vagina and eats her out, thus eating a mixture of cum and syrup. Yo, that Canadian hoe just asked for an Old King Clancy. Bill enjoys giving Susie an Old King Clancy because it gives his semen a nice, sweet flavor.
That should be called Mrs. Cummerworth or something. Like... Like Old King Clancy? Doesn't make any sense.
No,
that's boo. Yes.
Who is King Clancy? Let's find out.
Yeah, who is King Clancy? And what does it have to do with maple syrup?
Oh, maybe that was what he was into, huh?
I don't know.
Yes. All right, let's see what else is
He's an ice
in
hockey
here.
player from Ottawa.
Yes. Here's what I want to know. Wait, what? An ice hockey player from Ottawa is named Old King Clancy? Huh, I wonder what he was into. Here's my question. Chris Long, fellow Microscopy.
If you cut him,
how did you come across Old King Clancy? What?
It says, King Clancy was a man who could do it all in the sports of ice hockey. If you cut him, he would more than likely bleed Toronto Maple Leaf blue.
Yes, I would not. Cumberjacks. Yes. All right. Okay. I think that we are done. I'm just going to look to see if we missed anything in here. And last chance for Nivaldo. Jesus, send us your quote request right now. Act now. All right. Humans at the door. Be back later. Let's see. What should I try to do to see if maybe I can fix it? First, figure out if you have a short or if you have a brain dead phone. That's what I would say. All right. Watch this phone motherboard do an Oreo pie. That is pretty funny. All right, Cocoa Poops. I'm glad my mother isn't watching. Yes. Okay. Oh my word, freaking ears. Okay, I think we are done. So we fixed 2 data recoveries and got them recovered, and more importantly, we
I worry for Chris Long's beard if he's into stuff like that.
yes. So really, we all need to be sending Chris Long some kind of special beard sanitizer thing. Yeah. So yeah, this stream name should be "It's the Coil," but it's never the Coil. That doesn't make any sense. All right. I did send. I'm just here watching. All right. Check again. I'm contemplating about making an iFixit guide for timing chains. Yeah. Do it. Do it. All right. So we learned a little bit from the Urban Dictionary, and we did not get a quote from...
Here we go. Yes. Sorry.
You got one
I
just
have
now?
2 iPhone 5S. One is giving me error 89. The other one, no power at all. I took the batter off and it was fine.
The batter off? Is he talking about Oreo Pie phones? No, we don't take Oreo Pie phones. All right, well,
Exactly what that
we just got, for the first time ever, a quote request from Nivaldo, and we will answer it immediately, just
No, we
like
won't, 'cause I don't
we
know how to
always
answer
do.
it.
Well, we'll talk about it. All right. Okay, that is it for today.